DJ Talk. This is Jeremiah Nickel, JF Productions. Getting ready for my spring music concert, so I figured I'd give you a tour of what I'm putting together for the kids. If you look out from the stage to the gym floor here, I got 4 incandescent 350 watt PARs, Diversitronic strobe, Chauvet Q-Roll 250, and then up on the basketball goal is a moving head. Same thing on the other side, moving head, 250 watt discharge, 4 more incandescents, 2 Q-Rolls, or 1 more Q-Roll and a strobe. And you can see that I have carelessly strung my wires across the walls of the gym, out the door to the janitor's closet. I've got a generator outside powering fog machines. I got a bunch of 10 gauge cable doing my strobes. They're 1500 watts a piece. And up on stage, I put together 8 LED PAR cans, courtesy of Chris Nardini, K Nardini, from PlatinumSound.biz. And then I've got my 4 LEDs. These are American DJ LED Pros, pretty fine. AKG C3000 mics for choir coverage. Those are mine. And then these are 15-inch work self-powered 15s. I like this speaker. They're pretty heavy, but they've got a pretty nice even response. Compare them to JBL Eons. Without putting them side by side, I couldn't really tell you which one I prefer. I like the sound of both for being, you know, entry-level 15s for sure. My rack, I've got a Crest 16x4. I think Crest is manufactured by Peavey. AKG WMS. A lot of you talk about WMS 40 microphones being a cheap, good quality wireless mic, and yes it is. I definitely believe that. DBX Drive Rack PA, gotta have it. QSC RMX 1850 HD, fine amplifier. I got a Crown CE 2000, also a fine amp. This is a monitor rig that I put together. This is in my school full time. This is a retrofitted home hi-fi equalizer. My dad put 1/4-inch inputs on the back, so it does an okay job. I can't afford anything else right now. Asonic DGX 105. This is like the cheapest multi-format DVD player in the world. I've seen them come out and work like crap, and this one happens to be a good model. Never had any issues with it. This is kind of a cool thing. This is called the Mixmax 6 RM64 by Rolls. It's a 1 rack unit, 6-channel mixer, complete with monitor outputs and phantom power. Pretty cool if it's for space-saving design. And of course, a Furman power conditioner. Then for my front of house, EV 18-inch EV speakers, dual 15-inch Sonics. And then I bought these cabinets, but I'm in the process of selling them. Cerwin Vegas, 15 with a horn. They're okay. What's cool about this setup is that I could put a moving head on top of all of that. I usually try to put the dual 15s on the floor and center my subs, but in this particular situation I can't center my subs. And then plenty of SM57s, and somewhere, if it didn't get stolen, I've got a Shure. There it is. A lot of you are talking about another wireless mic company that's reputable. This is a Shure Beta 58 capsule on, let's see, my receiver is a ULX P4. This is a mid-level professional multi-frequency mic, and absolutely no problems with this thing whatsoever. Love it. This I just bought. This is called the Zoom H4. It's a handy recorder. You can put a 2 GB SD card in it. You can record 44.1 kilohertz wave all the way up to 96 kilohertz wave. And or you could go directly to 128 kilobits per second MP3. It's pretty handy. It's got a little wind thing. These microphones on here are actually pretty darn good, and it's got multi-inputs on the back. It has XLR as well, and it can phantom power your choir condenser microphones, or any condenser microphone for that matter. Pretty handy for field recording. It's got excellent response. You can attenuate how sensitive the mic is. Chauvet 1250 Hurricane fogger puts out 10,000 cubic feet a minute, and for a cheap little fogger it does an okay job. But for a little bit more money and for a little bit less power and less output, I really like this Antari Phaser. It's Z300 Hazer. It uses fog fluid, so that's where the F comes, but it gives a hazer approach to the way it puts the fog out. It's got a pretty powerful fan on it, and it disperses it pretty evenly for fog fluid, I must say. Although, of course, it's not an actual hazer, but it's a great alternative to one if you can't afford a real one like me. I can't afford a real one at all. This is a DMX Operator Pro by Lightstream Controls, which I believe is an American DJ product. You can see it's taking a beating. A couple of my knobs are screwed up on it, but the whole thing functions beautifully and has for some time. So another thing I wanted to show you real quick, give you an option for lighting, and something I came across, just built it on my own. It's cheaper than an actual road case. Is a road case that I built out of what's called a Contico Pro Tough bin, which you can find at Lowe's for about 50 bucks or so. And what it allows me to do is inexpensively house cables, wiring, and then I put locking casters on it as well. So give me a second here, I'll open this up. In here I got some bags and whatnot. What I've done, it's got a pretty rigid roof to it. I have no problems at all packing in a bunch of stuff. I put both of my moving heads in one of these. Okay, the bin costs about 50 bucks, and then what I did on the bottom of it, you can see, is I attached some wood. I Gorilla Glued it, let the wood dry. I put another piece of wood on the inside, Gorilla Glued it, let it dry, and then zipped through and put locking casters on the bottom. This thing cost me $100 to build, and I would have no problems whatsoever stacking those up. Okay, I've stacked them before. The roof on them is really robust. Now, they're not anvil cases, but you know what? They cost a fourth of what a professional road case would, and I have no problems with them whatsoever. I use blankets or padding or whatever for my lighting as I need, and then away I go. So to show you my wiring mess on the back of this, cool thing about that light controller that I have is that it'll do PAR cans as well. This is a DP DMX 4B dimmer pack. I think it's 500 watts a channel, costs about 120 bucks. It'll run the PARs independently of your intelligent fixtures, yet all of the signals are sent through via DMX, so it's pretty handy. And they have an ST90 light stand here, crank stand, and a T-bar on top. So anyway, reporting to you from Kansas City area, thanks again, and I'll show you some concert footage as time goes on. Thanks.